In this video, I'm going to break down the 4 automations that have made my online coaching business over $300,000. My business would not function without these, and it definitely would not have made as much money as it had so far. So, if you're an online coach or a growth operator and you're not using some sort of automations within your business, then you're leaving serious money on the table and you're probably doing a lot more work than you have to. But lucky for you, by the end of this video, you'll be able to see the 4 automations that have really helped me and made my business a lot more money so you can copy them and use them for yourself. So I made a full visual breaking each one down and showing you how to use it and exactly what it does. So we're going to go to my laptop. I'm going to show you each one and then you'll be able to use them for yourself. All right, so here is the visual, and as you can see, I'm going to show you every single automation, what the automation actually does, and how it actually helps my business make more money, right? So, like I said, by the end of this, you guys will be able to see pretty much how to set up every single one, what they do, and how it can actually help you. So, before I dive into any of that, though, here is some proof from like 2024 to now from 2 different payment processors of just some of the cash collected. And this isn't even everything, just including these 2 because we have some payments on a couple different processors and then Zelles and stuff like that. But here's that. And like I said, I attribute like a lot of this to these automations. So you're really going to see like the back end of, running this offer and what that looks like. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Starting off with automation 1. And all of these automations are ran through Zapier. So Zapier is pretty much just a platform. I don't know if it's Zapier or Zapier. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a platform where you can pretty much just set up different things like Google Sheets, your Go High Level, Facebook, stuff from your phone, Calendly, email, like Kit, like all that sort of stuff. And you can connect it there and kind of like run automations through, like if something happens on one, it updates here. Super good platform. So if you don't have that, definitely make an account and get that going. But starting off, this is the first automation. This is one of the first ones that I set up. This is pretty much a lead tracker for both opt-ins and then applications, right? So what this does is every single time someone fills out, this is the Go High Level, every single time someone fills out my Go High Level form of opting into our free Discord or even applying to the paid program, it pops up here. And this is the sheet that pretty much me or my setter will live on, right? So every single time they come through, what happens is it updates the row. And I blocked out the lead name and phone number for their privacy. But as you can see, it tracks everything from the date to the name to the phone number to where they actually came from, to if it's an application or if it's just someone that joined. And then we obviously do this, and you'll see we have some other automations for this. But what this allows us to do is pretty much get to the leads quicker, right? Because every time a new row is updated in that spreadsheet, we know to reach out to that lead. So you get speed to lead, which is obviously going to equate to more booked calls, which is going to equal more cash collected, right? So this automation is super important because if we didn't have this automated to where it updates in the Google Sheet and sends a notification to us, we wouldn't know when people are actually coming in, and we'd probably not get to them till hours after they apply. And if you guys know anything about being able to hit leads quick, like that is everything, right? Being able to hit a lead the first couple minutes that they opt in or apply for something is everything. And that's going to pretty much like make sure that they get booked in and they eventually turn into a customer. So that's the first automation. Number 2 is the opt-in email sequence. So this is a similar thing, but instead of when they actually fill out the form, they go to the spreadsheet. This is when they fill out the form, they to opt into the free Discord supply, they automatically get added to an email sequence. And pretty much this is a 2-day email sequence that the first email is going to make sure, because sometimes people will fill out the form but not get into the free Discord. The first email is going to make sure, again, that they can click here and get in the free Discord, because that's important, because that's where they're going to build the trust. And then the second email gives them an opportunity to apply to the actual coaching, right? So what this is going to do is it's going to nurture them, because number one, I'm storytelling in here, right? I'm talking about, my story, my partner, my brother's story and stuff like that. And then the second one, I'm pretty much like showing them proof from inside of the paid program and then giving them an opportunity to apply. So what it does is it quickly nurtures the leads and it drives way more applications to the actual paid program, because obviously people can join the free stuff, but that doesn't mean that they're going to apply. So what this does, it's going to boost and get more applications, which again is going to equate to more calls booked, more cash collected, right? So this is super important because again, every single lead that comes in automatically gets added to this sequence, and every single one gets emailed, right? So super important. This gets us a lot of different applications. And of course, when they apply, what happens? They go here, so we can hit them up right away. It all goes full circle, right? Number 3, this one is really important. And this is kind of a combination of both of these things here. This is one that's super cool that like not a lot of people have set up, right? So what this does is this is pretty much a CRM automation to where when leads come in, right, there's going to be leads that are, glue eaters, that you're not, they're just incompetent. There's going to be leads that are good leads. There's going to be leads that aren't qualified financially. That might be a downsell situation. There's going to be leads that don't close on the sales call and stuff like that, right? So the first part of this automation is this. This is the phone that we use for our setter. Now we do it a little bit different. We don't use some like platform like like SendBlue or stuff like that. We actually have a separate phone for myself and for my setter to where we can hit up leads. And pretty much on here, there's these shortcuts to where every time a lead replies, we can click this, paste in their number. Every time we come across a good lead, like qualified, we can paste it here and paste the number here. Every time there's a potential downsell, paste the number here. Whenever we get on a sales call and we don't close them, we can paste them in the non-close. And then every time that we close them, we put them here so we don't hit them up anymore for downsell. And then here, so pretty much what happens is you can categorize the leads, right? So when you paste the numbers, what's going to happen is they're automatically going to update in the CRM. So this is just when people come in. And then anytime there's an applicant, it updates here. Anytime we paste the downsell, it updates here. Anytime there's a good lead, it updates here. And anytime like there's a sales call booked, it'll update here. So what this does is this allows me to send out like separate mass emails, because like, for example, if someone's a downsell, I don't really want to waste my time sending them out an email, like CTAing for them to apply for the inner circle, because they're not going to be able to afford it. However, if we have a downsell with our offer, if you have a downsell with your offer, you can send out separate mass emails to just the downsells, trying to sell them on the cheaper option, right? Or if it's a good lead that already has came across your stuff, like they're qualified, maybe you just didn't get them to book them in on a sales call yet, you can run ads specifically targeting them. You could send emails specifically targeting them and calling out them, right? So super important. What this is going to do is it's going to organize the CRM, which is going to make for easy follow-ups and targeting specific leads like I'm talking about. So this pretty much automates the whole process. And the second part of this automation is that when someone gets tagged as a downsell in the Go High Level or tagged as a good lead, they're automatically going to get added to a email tag, to where now, like I was talking about, I can send out specific emails to the good leads, specific emails to the downsells, right? So this just really organizes your CSM. And if you guys are starting off when you're trying to set appointments and stuff, just doing it like on a phone, like you can set up these shortcuts. And this is a little bit complex with like getting this set up in Zapier. But I really just had like Claude just like walk me through how to do it. But you can set these up to where you paste the number in, it automatically updates and Go High Level, and then it'll automatically update your email tags as well. So super, super like smooth and efficient for you. And then the last automation is this is pretty much updating the Facebook audience. So pretty much every time someone comes in as a lead, it's going to update my Facebook audience. So then I can use that audience to retarget people to apply for the inner circle. So this is what that looks like, is people will come in here just under ZNA. This is just them opting into the free Discord, right? So they go under this opportunity, this pipeline inside of Go High Level. And every time someone pops up in here, what happens is they get added to the free Discord opt-in lead list in Facebook, that audience, right? And then what do I do to that audience? I run a retargeting ad that retargets them to apply for the inner circle, right? And since it's running that audience, it's only going to hit people that have actually interacted with my stuff already. So they're going to be warmer leads. And what does this do? All opt-ins get retargeted, which equals more applications, which again, in turn, equals more closes. And what does all this do? All this leads to more cash collected, right? If I didn't have these automations set up, I would have to do all of this manually and it just wouldn't work, right? So these automations are very easy to set up. I know in this video, I didn't go in depth with actually showing you guys how to set these up in Zapier. So if you guys want like some real help, like setting these up in Zapier, whether you're a coach with an offer, or whether you're someone like working on the back end of a creator and trying to help them, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. Well, there's two things you can do in the description. If you're a coach and you're looking to kind of get help with setting up all this stuff, or you're trying to start an offer, you need help setting up all this stuff, I have a Calendly link in the description. You could book a call with me completely free. I'll see if I can help you set this up or if you're someone I can work with. Or I have my Instagram as well, so you can DM me on Instagram. But this should show you guys a really good look at how these automations like can really help your business, and why setting them up is so crucial, because it's going to boost your cash collected, it's going to boost your show rate, it's going to boost your applications, all of that, right? So yeah, if you took any value from this, please subscribe to the channel, shoot this video a like, and you can comment any questions as well. And then again, if you are looking to get help with this, book a call below in the description, and I'll see if I can work with you and help you out. But regardless, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.